Hello everybody. Well, as you can see, this is DJI Mini 3 Pro late August flight. So here we go. If we get out of them clouds, and we didn't even get in the clouds this time. So let's see if we can take off here. You can see the wind is kind of blowing, but we're up and at 'em. It is a early morning, I'd say about 9:30 flight in late August. And we're headed due south. Down at the farm, we're flying south at, I think we're in normal mode now, and we're filming in 4K 30 frames a second with no ND filters. So I thought we'd take a flight down south, and I was wanting to see, mostly on this flight, what kind of crops are in the fields down there. And mostly what I'm seeing is some soybeans, I believe. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like late soybeans. Don't look like they're up too high yet. The wind this morning, it was about 10 miles an hour plus on the ground, and at altitude it was 15 to 20, according to Before You Fly. So it was safe to fly in the Mini 3. She doesn't mind a little bit of wind at all. Her name is Thelma Lou, named after a nice Thelma Lou that appeared on the Andy Griffith Show way back in the 1960s. She's got a twin sister, Peggy Sue. It's a Mini 2, who is named after Peggy Sue in the Buddy Holly song of the same name. Another favorite of mine. I said I can remember the day the music died, so that tells you how old I am. Anyway, we're flying south into the wind. Actually, the wind is from the southeast, so we've got a little bit of headwind we're going into here. Yeah, we're going to take a look down by these ponds here real quick, and then I think we're going to fly in a more westerly direction. Mini 3 is handling quite well. She's still on 0.300 on the firmware. And I think 1.6.9, something like that on the controller. So as you can see, the ponds have turned over on themselves, and you can see that algae and stuff like that. Been a pretty hot summer here when not a whole lot of rain. So the ponds, the oxygen has just caused the pond to turn over on itself, basically. Oh, there's a couple of nice swimming pools in those backyards. Oh, I see 3 of them. 4 of them. Well, you can tell this is where the poor people live. They don't live in my neck of the woods for sure. So we'll be back over the fields now. And there's a lake up there I think we've flown to before, but I think we're going to hang a Roscoe here. I'm trying to get my bearings, and there's what I want to see right there. I don't think we'll fly all the way to it, but we'll fly that direction. So we're headed south-southwest now. And like I said, this flight mainly is just because I like flying in the wind, and I want to see what is planted around the area for the critters to eat, especially the deer, and I see a lot of soybeans. Not much in the way of corn this year anywhere. Not sure why that is the case, but that's what all the farmers around there are mostly planted. So we're just booking on, we're in normal mode now, I believe. We will switch into, on the way back, we're going to come back in sport mode, just see how she does. Once again, I'm going to fly it back part way, then I'm going to put it in return to home. Let her get her bearings, and I'll fly back and probably put her in return to home and see how close she gets. As you know, the Mini 3 does not have precision landing. And they kind of changed up the satellites on the Mini 3, so they don't quite have the satellite coverage that the Air 2S has. So we'll see how she does on the way back. See if she gets anywhere close to where she took off at. Anyway, I thought we'd fly down here towards this power plant. And we're not going to get too close to it, but we're going to fly up and see what she looks like. I see her quite a bit when I'm down there deer hunting in the fall, in the wintertime. The steam coming off those chimneys, smokestacks, whatever you want to call them, just in the cold, cold, crisp sky when there's snow on the ground, it really looks neat. I'm going to have to fly down there sometime when it's really, really cold. Want to make sure that the batteries stay warm in it because I think 14 degrees Fahrenheit or something is supposedly the Mini 3's limits, and that's probably, oops, now what is that? I ran into some clouds. Looky here. Let me see if I can find my way out of these clouds. Yeah, there's the end of it. Huh. I won't tell you how that happened. But anyway, we're flying over this pond here, and it looks like it is pretty full of algae too. So we're going to fly up and take a look at this smokestacks. Not too much stuff coming out of there today, but boy, in the wintertime, like I said, she gets to really putting out the steam. And a little bit of smoke too, I guess, but it is really neat. It captured against the winter sky. It's a real pretty picture. So I'll have to maybe try to do that sometime when I'm down there deer hunting in the wintertime or something like that. Late season bow hunting or something. So I think we're probably about as close as we're going to get right here. We're going to go ahead and turn around here. Just wanted to take a peeky at it. And we did see what I wanted to see, so we'll make a Louie here and kind of head back towards where we're at. Here we go. I wonder if there's any fish in that lake. I have not wet a line in quite a while, and I've really got the urge to. It looks just like a lake full of seaweed to me, or a lake full of algae. I don't think you could fish in that and do any good. But you never can tell. I think we put her in sport mode now, and we're going to boogie back with a little bit of a tailwind blowing from our back and to the right. As you can see, I have done nothing with the gimbal smoothing this yet. Something else I need to do, I need to set that where it doesn't react so quick. I'll get to it, I keep telling myself. So anyway, we're boogieing back post-haste and kind of flying these high lines a little bit. Kind of want to see what these clear cuts look like. And it looks like I see more soybeans down here. So we are making good time. We're doing about 30 miles an hour, maybe a little bit more on the way back. Yeah, that's what's neat. You see those power line right away cut through. As far as the eye can see, they go. So there's one right there, and I think we're going to come up here and see if I've got my bearings right. We'll probably stop right up here, pretty close. I see that lake, and I think that's City Lake, so I think I'm a little too far west. So we'll follow these high power lines, and we'll see if we can get back to where we started at. Like I said, I'll probably put her in return to home here, and let's see if she'll come all the way back to me. I like to see how close she lands. Usually the Mini 3, I've been finding uh, anywhere from 2 foot off the landing pad to 10 foot off the landing pad. Usually she's within 15 feet almost every time, but she varies like that quite a bit from almost dead on to, 10 feet off. I just don't quite get it, but we're going to turn right here and we're going to boogie back this way. But I'm pretty sure that the landing sequence is basically due to the difference in satellites that it has versus, like I said, the Air 2S. I think the Mavic 3 uses more than one set of satellites too. So anyway, we're on our way back. We're just back in sport mode again, and we're booking home, you might say. Saw what we wanted to see. Real pretty fields. They're mostly planted in soybeans. Yeah, we got out of sport mode. We're back in the normal mode and maybe even in cine mode now. So we're back overhead. We'll let return to home take it and see how close she gets. Yeah, she has it, and she's going to come down now, and I'll take over before she comes down to the ground. Let's point that gimbal down. Okay, let's see. As you can see, she was pretty close to being where she needed to be, and I'm going to grab hold of it here in a second. Look at that, boy. She looked like she was going to come down and nail it. But I've stopped her. She's right over. I'm real happy with that. I've been in some tight places where you don't have 2-3 feet on each side to land, and I'm glad can get that close before I take over. So we'll see if we can spin her around here. Get her on the landing pad in the middle of this field. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. If you fly, fly safe. And that's all she wrote.